6 chill, for real.
Gotta make sure I put the whole team on. Everyone got Mike and Mary jeans on. Took some shots in the dark with no beam on. Took some else I had no one.
What's up, White Two? Back here with another dope reaction, man. This might be one of my most ignorant videos. I apologize if I gotta get ignorant. I gotta get a little bit of ignorant now. We have a lame off. I want to call it a lame off. Recently, Druski, the comedian, just kind of did a skit clowning the guys at Fresh and Fit, saying that money can unlame, a lot of dudes, which is true. I respect that, but I got a parable that I gotta throw out there. Is like, you can't throw stones if you live in a glass house. And what that means is, okay, Druski, you're saying the guys at Fresh and Fit are lame, but from my perspective, you're just as lame. You're just as lame in the same book. You know what I mean? And on the equivalent level of who's lamer is equal. You got Myron who's going on a KKK call to diss Druski, one of the lamest shit ever. You got his co-host who supposedly begged his girlfriend to have an abortion or whatsoever. You can look up the story, it doesn't matter. But then you have Myron here who thinks he's a white supremacist, but he looks like a Israeli Arab that I might see at the corner store serving me the backwoods. But he thinks he's like a white supremacist. Second, all the dialogue and conversation I've seen Myron Gaines has with women is literally attacking women, calling them HBs, saying they're not worth nothing and this and that. And it's like, you gotta wonder, like, where does all this trauma come from? Because when I step back and look at Druski and I look at Myron, they look like the same guy. They might think there's a difference between the two, but they look like the same guy. Now, I gotta go to Myron and point out his perspective. He's saying like, yo, Druski, I get what you're saying, I'm lame, blah, 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 but you literally paid for a relationship with Ruby Rose. like, I ain't gonna hold you. That right there is like a lame bomb, because you paid for a relationship with Ruby Rose, which we thought was a genuine relationship, until Ruby Rose came out and exposed you. Like, yo, bro, I'm not really with this guy. His marketing team paid me to act like I'm with him. You know what I mean? He got to pay for this. That's more lamer. In my opinion, you paying to look cool to be with a girl who don't even like you. That's the lamest in the world. Second, bro, like, Druski is like 300 pounds, gang. Like, no disrespect. I ain't trying to body shame, but, bro, I grew up in New York. I grew up in the inner city. Growing up in the inner city, you not going to be 300 pounds trying to laugh at no jokes or tell no jokes on the bus or at the lunch table. I ain't going to lie. And anybody that's went to school in the inner cities, they get what I'm saying. It's like, yo, bro, you 300 pounds? We about to fry you. You big back gorilla, you know what I mean? Like, they going in on you. Boy, your ass look like Barney. Boy, Teletubby body having ass, boy. Like, this the environment I grew up around. So that's why I said, Druski, you can't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Druski lives in a very transparent glass house. Like, bro, you pay for a relationship. Second, you 300 pounds. You got all this money, you can't lose weight. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, and I said, look, this might be one of my most ignorant videos, because there's no difference between the two guys. They're lame as shit, like, from my perspective. And you're like, man, who is this guy? Man, I was a cool guy in school, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I had all the hoes. I played sports. I was the cool guy. Like, I had people dropping me off from school to school in their car. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I understand what it's like being a cool guy. Like, it doesn't really matter who's lame and who's not, because I'm gonna give you an example. Sure, I thought I was a cool guy in school, right? But to some people, I was a lame. Because in somebody's eye, you're always going to be a lame, bro. Like, you might think, oh, you're the best basketball player or whatsoever, but somebody who doesn't care about basketball thinks you're lame. So it doesn't matter who's lamer or who's the lamest. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, yo, being happy with what you got going. Now, if you look at Druski, it's like, yo, bro, Druski, before you even diss anybody, you got to get in the gym, bro. You got titties on you, boy. You know what I mean? It look like you went and got a BBL. So Myron from Fresh and Fit, he's not wrong about throwing them shots out there because it's like, oh, you throwing shots at Myron, you gotta be able to take them shots. Now, I used to record a lot, man. I used to go to the studio. You would have thought I was making an album there, but I was really trapping at the studio. 9 times out of 10 is about 6, 7 guys in the studio. Now, my homie, he was the main one wanting to go there to record all the time because he genuinely knew the studio, man. He grew up with him. I just kind of bumped into him, so I was still working on a relationship with him. So a lot of the times when we went to the studio, though, I ain't gonna lie, the studio man wasn't really trying to record. Instead, he was basically trying to clown my homie, who I would say made better music than him. He was the engineer. So for instance, it's been several occasions my homie got a beat ready, he got a hit ready, get to the studio, we supposed to record. Guess what the studio man saying? He like, boy, you weak as shit. Boy, get your weak ass out the booth. Like I'm talking about, like let's say he's laid 3, 4 bars and he's trying to think of another line. Like the studio man is not even going to allow him to think of another line. He like, bro, if the label was here, they'd tell your weak ass get out the booth and let me hop in there. So I'm telling you all this to be like, hey, man, at the end of the day, you got to be able to diss back. You got to be able to fire them shots. If you going to fire them shots, you got to be able to handle them shots fired back at you. You can't send shots and not expect shots to get sent. What type of person are you? Who raised you? If you're going to send shots, shots going to get sent at you. So it depends on how you handle it. But going back to the story, my guy couldn't really handle that pressure. He would tell me like, yo, bro, I don't even want to go record. One day he had really came up with a fire song, bro. And he was ready to record this song. And he like, man, I ain't playing around with the studio man today. He be on that BS. So we get to the studio. Keep in mind, it's about 7 people in the studio at all times. No bull stuff. Today is a special occasion. We got 2 shorties and a tattoo man. And the reason that it's important that I mentioned the 2 shorties is because, look, when we got girls in the studio man goes berserk. Like, he wants to be the main attraction. So we get to the studio, long story short, my man like, yo, load up the beat, bro. I ain't here to play around today, bro. I'm trying to lay this track. So he like, man, shut up, man. I'm rolling up this wood. Like, this was how things went on a regular. So when he roll up the wood, he load up the beat. So my bro get in the booth. It's time for him to battle, to record. Nope, this is a true story. If I'm lying, I'm done. So while he's sitting in the booth, he like, yo, bro, what's up, man? Play the beat. Next thing you know, he like, man, the studio man stop rushing me, boy. You weak as shit anyways. This is what happened regularly. He like, bro, you always say they be hating. He like, what? Next thing you know, he start dissing my bro on his own beat in front of the 2 girls, the tattoo man, and then 3 other guys that's usually normally in the studio. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm an analyst, bro. What that mean is, bro, I'm gonna watch you for a minute. I'm gonna learn your tendencies. And it's like, I'm gonna use that against you when I wanna knock you off, humble you, or take your ego. So I already knew the pattern recognition was gonna happen. So he dissed my homie. My homie being my homie, he not no bot, he minus nothing. He like that. But he ain't respond. Bro, when I say he ain't respond, I'm talking about dude dropping punchlines. And you would have thought we came there for a battle rap with Schmack. So he dropping punchlines after punchlines. I'm going to keep in mind, it's kind of like a sectional setup. So I'm sitting right to the far left on a sectional couch. The booth is in front of me. I'm looking at my guy. The door's open. He getting dissed. He don't respond. The studio man's to the far left, closer to like the start of the sectional. So he start dissing another engineer who he be trying low. Bro, he don't respond. So I'm like, oh, nah, he going in a circle. Because it's about like three people sitting together, studio man, 3 people, 2 of the girls we never met before. They here getting a tattoo with a tattoo man. I ain't never met the tattoo man. So I'm like, oh, he going in a circle. So I'm probably the last on the list. So I'm just chilling, you heard? So he dissed the other engineer. Other engineer don't respond. He dissed this other little nigga in there. He was like a little nigga though. He like probably like 18. He don't respond. So he come to me. He spit his first round. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I come back, I murder this nigga. Like when I say murder this nigga, I'm talking about I'm with this nigga every day. I see this nigga crying on the phone over his girl, not let him use the car, all that shit. I'm putting all that shit in the battle rap, nigga. So I first round murder him on my brother grave, the tattoo man, and the girl's like, ooh, cause bro, I'm watching battle rap all day. I'm watching the top battle rap MCs, JC, Tay Rock, all them boys. You feel me? Conceited, all them boys. So I know how to come, so I know how to come. And this story is very relative to Myron and Druski because after the first round, when I diss him, he didn't think I was gonna diss him back because all three of the dudes he respond, he dissed, they ain't respond. And hoes, I ain't no hoe. I know this lame ass nigga wanna be the coolest in the room right now. So I'm gonna take that moment from him and I'm gonna destroy him. So he come back with a second round. I'm like, okay, fuck it. I come back with a second round. He come with a third round. I come with a third round. I ain't gonna lie. He came, the third round was cool because he made a remix because I had a backpack, but I had the pole in the backpack. I had the pack in the backpack. I had the utility backpack. You feel me? But he already know that because he with me all the time. So he's like, backpack. He make a remix. The remix hard. I ain't no hater, bro. I could take punches to the chin. So I'm laughing. I'm like, man, that backpack is hard. Then I come back, I kill him. Now we talking about how he don't really be getting money. He be faking, flogging. So that make him upset. But keep in mind, it's the same dude who started sending shots at everybody in the studio. He just expected me to not respond like everybody else. So now I'm sending missiles back at you. I'm trying to crush you. But I'm killing this nigga so bad, guess what he got to do? He trying to go live. So when he try to go live, the other engineer, my homie, was like, nah, fuck going live. My boy YS is bodying you. He like, yo, YS is bodying you. And everybody like, man, he killing you. So he like, man, fuck the live, man. Y'all really think YS like that? We could put money on the battle. I'm like, shit, it's whatever. Long story short, bro, like 10 minutes go by, die down. I go to the store, get some woods to come back and smoke. When I come back, you know what he told me on my brother's grave? He said, bro, all them other niggas is hoes. I know you play for keeps, YS. It's like, of course I want you to know I play for keeps because you a lame ass motherfucker for real. Instead of you focusing on mixing my guy and engineering him, you trying to embarrass him. So you diss him. Then you leave and you diss the next nigga and the next nigga. None of them niggas respond, but I'm the nigga that's going to diss you to the point you going to want to fight or you going to want to keep going. And this is the same scenario here where it's like, bruh, Druski ain't had to diss Myron. Druski's lame as fuck. Myron ain't had to diss Druski. Myron's lame as fuck. At the end of the day, you trying to diss someone else to make yourself look cool, you're actually lame as fuck. Why? Because you don't even like what you got going. That's why you got to diss someone else. But people, who live in glass houses, they want to throw stones and expect you not to break their house down. It's like, what? I'm the big bad wolf. I'm coming to crush your ego, your soul. You know what I mean? Because, bro, being a individual and worried about what another individual got going automatically make you lame, bro. So Myron and Druski are both lame. They're both lames. Even if you take Druski out the picture and we focus just on Myron's lame. And let's look at this from a general perspective. I just gave you an example, but Druski is lame within himself because he's insecure about who he is. So he takes it upon himself to imitate someone else to make them look lame, to make him look cool. It's almost like a double entendre or something weird like that. Give you another story, now I'm done. You feel me? I used to go to the chicken spot by my crib. You know what I'm saying? The chicken spot usually is ran by like Middle Eastern guys. I ain't gonna hold you. Middle Eastern guys usually run the chicken spot. So usually they had their family members in there and whatnot, but then they must have hired this Sudanese shorty. Now, if you don't know what a Sudanese shorty is, she has very dark complexion. Like, they're very dark individuals, you feel me? Like, so I used to see her there all the time working, and then I'd be analyzing. Like I said, I'm an analyst, bro. I'm watching from afar at all times, bro. Peeping everything. It's just, I can't not peep everything. And I peeped how the manager be talking to her like she just wasn't nothing, bro. Like she was just a dirt, you feel me? But this is a female. This is a woman. So he talking to her like she's just a piece of dirt. So he must have got comfortable with this, and he probably did this multiple times in front of other customers because he did it in front of me. So off the first analyst, I'm not going to show you what I see, bro. It's going to take a minute, you dig? You know, and it's going to take a minute. Off the first analyst, I'm not going to tell you what I see or just come get you, you dig? That's how the feds work. The feds analyze you for a long time. That's how I look at analyzing. So he dissed her a couple times in front of me or whatever. I ain't say nothing. So one day I came in, right? And I'm a dark individual, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't on the level of Sudanese, but I'm a dark-skinned guy. So when I come up to the register, the Sudanese girl was taking my order. She's very kind, generous, nice. So the manager come up to her and he tell her, she told him the computer wasn't working because it froze. And he was like, "You're so ugly, you broke the computer." And then the guys in the back laugh like, "Ah, ha, ha." You know, because he's the boss, he's the owner. So when he say that, you know, she don't say nothing back, but I could tell it kind of like messed with her. So I looked at him, I ain't say shit. When he came back, I say, "Hey, buddy, your nose so big, I could go sledding on that motherfucker. We can call your ass Slug Long Nose. Fuck it, the kids don't need a hill. When it's wintertime, we just gonna slide off your nose." You feel me? Now the dudes in the back, quiet. He quiet. But I'm looking like, this your moment right here. We supposed to trade blows. I just hit you with a 3-piece. That was light work. Nigga got a slog long nose. I'm talking about we can sled, snowboard on his shit. When I say that to him, he don't respond. But since that day, he never disrespected that girl in front of me. You feel me? Because I look at it like this big nose Israeli guy trying to embarrass this girl because he's lame for real. But he thinking doing that in front of me make him look cool. Nah, it really make him look lame. And then I'm going to expose the lameness in him when I diss him. So moral of the story, man, look, you probably lame as shit. I'm probably lame as shit. But don't go out there trying to diss someone else to look cool when you're lame as fuck. Because you got somebody like me around the corner that's cooler than you that's about to make you look lame as fuck for trying to make someone else look lame as fuck. Druski's lame as fuck. Myron's lame as fuck.